Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. How's everyone doing? And what's up? How things? Well, well. One second. So, guys, market is looking really cooked, honestly speaking. Pump, dump, pop, up. I mean, the market makers have decided to play with everyone, honestly speaking, and they just want to fuck everyone over. That's all. That's what I can say. And so basically today I'm just going to discuss more on the hard-term time frame perspective, and also I just wanted to give you the lower-term time frame expectations for the crypto market. Alongside, there are a few altcoins, of course, that I feel that there is still a hope and a possibility that we might probably we might look for a very solid pump. That's, for example, ICP. We have a very good support at 5.81, and that 5.816 is your big daily support. And this is exactly the levels probably we have been rejecting those levels 1, 2, 3, 4 times in a row, and then we just smashed it up to take the liquidity, and then we rejected from the trend line resistance. And now that we are going to this support, I feel that, of course, I'm not sure whether it's going to pump from here to maybe $14 or $20 or whatever. I don't know. But what I know is that this level is a good levels, and it's a very good order block on the 4 hours time frame, as you can see. And I feel that if we can hold here, maybe this can be a very good swing towards 8.5 to, this is all the bare minimum target probably we can just look for. It's like a 40-45% move, guys. Something we don't want to miss. Honestly speaking, the risk reward is going to be amazing. So I'm going to talk about this probably in this stream. Let's start with the hard-term time frame. Well, the previous weekly candle that closed on Bitcoin, I was expecting this sort of a candle to close, and we closed above EMA 55 on a weekly time frame. However, as you can see, I think that we are going to sweep these lows the way we did it previously when we had a big wick, and over here the body has a big major wick. But the good part was that we closed above EMA 21. Now I'm talking purely from EMS perspective, because now we are talking about the hard-term time frame and the trends that we want to look on how the market is going to shift trend. So once we have this 4 day to close this, and I do believe that we will not lose this. This week we are not going to close. I do believe that we're not going to close in the 101k, of course, but I'm expecting a sweep of 98, 99k. So just go down here and close around 101, 100k something, and then probably look for an impulsive move towards higher, towards 104.5, like this, another A, B, and by end of maybe November we can see a push on BTC towards 109, 111k towards EMA 21 weekly. Now as we have been testing these levels every damn time we do this, we test it. So this is going to be tested for sure. 110% we will test it. Every time we go, we test it. This is what exactly we have been doing in the past. You look at this candle, we go up, then we sweep the lows, and we don't close it under accumulate and then we run up. Either we just go, very big on an upside, or it's simply just going to be, that we don't reclaim EA21, like 109 to 110K is not going to be reclaimed. And this is auto block, and we just really going to lose 101K for good. And then things going to start really, really bad for BTC. The first probably levels that I would be looking to, any possible longs would be these levels of $82,000 to maybe somewhere around, 78K, because this level is what everybody is looking to long. And I do believe that this is not going to sustain. Basically, it's going to liquidate everyone till 85, 88K. This is how bad it can go. So this order block, the red order block that you're watching, around 111,000 to 115K is your bull bear territory. Basically, when you reclaim these levels on a weekly time frame, when you close 2 consecutive candle above these levels on a weekly time frame, what it means that the trend is shifted to bullish, and whatever the dump we are getting right now is just the dips are for buying, and BTC most likely going to see then 130,000 plus at that point of time. But every bullish case you have in front of your screen, this is the red box. You probably need it to confirm that BTC is bullish. And along with BTC, Ethereum, or whatever altcoins you have, everything will just simply pump up. So this red box, you have 111,000 to 115K. You need an acceptance inside this order block. And once you get an acceptance inside this order block on a weekly time frame, which is 2 consecutive close above that levels of weekly time frame, it would confirm that yes, this is an acceptance, and we might be looking for more and more more and more upside. So this is the bull and bear case for BTC. However, as I mentioned, what would be my scenario that I am favoring more at this point? I am favoring more looking towards sweeping the lows, take the liquidity under $98,000, go towards max $96,000, bounce. We close weekly above 101K. So we go down here, take the liquidity, we close above like this, we close next week going up like this, A, B, come back down to retest, and we go about like this by end of the month. Make everyone bullish, that's creating more and more liquidity around 11K. And then maybe the first week of December, things just go out of hand, and we do something like this. Again, we get a bounce. Of course, you can say that the bounce is going to be something like this: A, B, C, EMA, 55 retest as a bearish retest, and from there you can expect a dump towards the zone. And this is the major order block that you have, practically around $57,000 to $56,000. So that way probably we will play, but this is my major plan. And now this plan is the bearish, of course. Now for those who are favoring bull, and you really just want to don't accept the fact that the things are so on a very thin line that it can literally go from bullish to bearish and bearish to bullish. So for those who really want to only look or only have bullish case in mind, that you just want to listen bullish case for Bitcoin, that we just want to see upside, 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 we don't want to see more downside, for you, this would be the plan. You go down here, take the liquidity, we reclaim this, we go up A, 1, 2, we reclaim it, 3 tap, 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 third tap, 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 tap. We reclaim this, you make this as a support, as I mentioned, everything is going to be like weekly is reclaimed, and then booyah, we go up like this to 140K, minimum 130,000 is what you can expect. Maybe we can even go much, much higher. So this red box is your bull bear territory. So this is what you need to keep in mind, especially for the bulls. You need 2 weekly closure above this, or inside this red box. Basically, you need to have a weekly closure above 110,000 bucks. And if you get it, cool, you are, going to win. Basically, it's like, long. That's what you should be doing. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what I have on the hard-term time frame for BTC, and I just want to add more and more confluence here, and that's the reason I'm just going to most likely put a Bitcoin liquidity index, but we don't have it, right? So just put it like, let's have it like CME's chart. So if we look at the CMEs as well, yes, we do have 101k, and then it's exactly the same chart that we have, and I really don't see any gap here. But yes, we do have few bigger gaps on the way to the downside. And let me just check at the daily time frame. Daily EMA 200 is already lost for n number of times, but then we do have a support around 99,000, which I think is a very good liquidity, and I do think that this is going to be taken care of at this point. So we just probably likely going to wick it down. And yeah, this is 22nd, this is 23rd, no CME gap. 7th, 8th, no gap. 23rd, 24th, no gap. I mean, I really don't see any gap at this point, because we do have the gap, but it's more downside. It's I really don't see any gap on an upside. Yeah, we do have a gap up here, you see. So we do have a gap around 21,000, but it is very, very low. I really don't think we will go there. At least at this point, I don't think so. It's a wild dream. So which I think we might not probably get it, Yeah, the CME is exactly looking the same that we just saw on the Coinbase basically. So Coinbase is exactly the same thing that we just discussed. EMA 200 on the daily is already lost. We have been watching this like EMA 200. I mean, previously, if you see, yes, we did have lost those levels, but we have swept ample of times before reversing on an upside trajectory, meaning that I still believe that 97k is a very good levels to long, with invalidations under $93,000. That's a very clean invalidation. Okay, and do remember, whatever the stops you use the last price as a stop, because if you just put your stop at mark or list price, you might just probably get liquidated, just in case if thing goes haywire. If let's say instead of it bounces from here, there might be a probability just simply go for a biggest liquidity towards like this. No stops will get triggered, and it will just going to be another big liquidation event for everyone. And hence what I want to say is, so what you need to understand is your liquidation price should be really under $70,000. Clearly it should not be above 70k at any cost. Your liquidation price should be under $70,000. Okay, that's what you have to manage. Stop loss, you should put it as a mark. Don't even use the hedge mode. Though you should not have hedge like long and short at the same time at this point. You never know. We have seen a lot of liquidations happening, but I do think that one more sweep on the downside is a very possibility. Very likelihood is what I expect. Looking for a lower term time frame. I do have this cipher. I'm not sure how this cipher is gonna play out at this point, because we do have 111k. So I really don't have much confidence for this cipher to play out. But this is like, a wild thought process or a wild guess I have for this cipher to play out. So I'm just going to probably monitor exactly, as to what could be the best wave count that this cipher can play out. I really don't have any sort of a wave count at this point. But what I feel is, yes, this is something, the cipher is still a possibility, something that we should be keeping in mind, when we look for short around 111, 114k levels. But this cipher is something that we should be keeping in mind to short. Even the range POC is around 111.2k, and that's what the range POC is at. And this is the bigger bearish shark. I mean, I've been very vocal about this. This bearish shark is already in play, and in my view, if this shark has to play out, this is what the 1482 Fibonacci levels max. It can still go towards 130k max, maybe one more push up. I'm not sure at this point. The only surety you should be getting it for a one more push up is this red box. If you do happen to get this flip on the red box, yes, we can probably aim for 130, 132k, or maybe even simply going towards $120,000, the range highs of this whole big shitty range. Like this around not exactly 123, but anything under these levels would be very nice, $120,000. So I'm not sure this cipher is going to play out, but definitely just going to worth watching it in case, because I'm looking for longs, and we have 2025 opens around 93.9 along with 2025 value area low levels. So it's making it a very good levels for bulls to defend it. Now if you look from the wave count perspective, wave counts, I have two wave counts on the lower term time frame. This wave count is 1, 2, and looking to the volume that we have 3, and this was your wave 4, overlapping wave 4, and most likely I'm seeing this is a wave 5 like this. It's a very rare to see overlapping wave 4 when we are looking for these sort of a move on the downside. Now this is the wave count that I have, like a 5 waves on the downside, clearly one more wave on the downside. But just if you look at the RSI, yes, RSI is also supporting it. We are already under 50. So what you want to see on the 4 hours time frame is that we want to see a very solid bull divergence in making, a very solid one, which means that what you want to see is the price goes under like this one more time, fill us, price makes lower lows, and this was the low. So we don't make lower lows on the RSI just hold above, and we just gonna print a very solid bullish divergence. It's going to be the base for us to long basically. So yeah, I think this is a very solid wave count that I have. And I also have an alternative wave count, which I'm not sure exactly how it's going to play out. But what I feel that this is the bottom. Let's say this is the bottom of something, and this is, let's say, some sort of a ABC wave A, and we are already doing wave B like this. I mean, something like this. We go for the wave B, and we can just simply run up to some sort of a wave B around 99k, maybe 98.4k. But it should not go to 97, 96k, not deeper. I mean the shallow, and then it goes for the wave C towards just 111k. But what would be this count? I'm not sure. The only thing that I feel that this count is a very valid wave count would be that this is 1 2 1 2, meaning that this is 1, this is 2, this is 1, and we are already doing wave 2 here. Then we wanna have 3 4 5 like this. This is the only, if this ABC is gonna play out, which means that it's very very bearish, and probably December is just going to give us a fat finger actually on the downside. Now if you look at the USD dominance chart, yes, we got a wonderful retest of 5.24%. Daily looks to me like shit. I mean, we have flipped actually. 5.24% is flipped, honestly speaking. So now what you really want is for USD dominance to do is that we need to reclaim a 5.52% on the lower term time frame. Now this week we have. So once price starts getting acceptance above, definitely we will see one more push up. And in this process, I expect USD dominance to make a very good, solid 3 drive pattern. And this is a very solid one. Why? Because you see the volume is keep on going down, and the prices keep on going up, which means that we are forming a double bearish divergence. Look at my divergence indicator. Let's see, what do we have? Yep, we already have RSI divergence once. Okay, and once the price USD dominance starts going above 5.81%, you get another bear divergence, a double bearish divergence, meaning that it's like a party, meaning that my plan is going to play out. This plan is going to play out. We go to 97,000, 96k. From there, we go minimum pump that you can expect is around this red box, which would be around 111k to 114.6. And then things, let's say everything is very bullish, we might just probably even go to 2025 value area high to create a much bigger liquidity for the market makers, So at the moment, this is the plan, guys, on the lower term time frame. One more down on the sweep towards 96, 97k, and from there you can expect a push up to minimum 111 to 114k. Anywhere in between it would be. Exact levels I will be able to tell you once we actually start reversing. Okay, Ethereum, guys, Ethereum I still feel the same, but then the wave 4 is too I would say like a very big pullback. I mean, I really don't expect this sort of a major pullback on the wave 4. So at this moment, if I have to tell you, or if you really ask me what do you expect for ETH? I really don't have the wave count at this moment. What I actually feel at this moment looks to me like is some sort of a, you know, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is like A, B, C, of course. But what I feel is on the time frame, I feel that this is going to not go under 786 Fibonacci levels, meaning that if you draw the fibs from here to the lows like this, I don't see this going anywhere under even 786 Fibonacci levels, which is 3180, because ideally it should not. That's the only logical wave count that I have at the moment for ETH, ladies and gentlemen. Very much logical wave count that I have. And you see, this is like going to be A, this is like going to be wave B, and then you're going to see a wave C, which is going to be the red zone, which is like 4K. And maybe you want to look for a bigger pump towards the green order block that we have, an untapped order block and liquidity pool, like a double top at this equal highs. You can say a lot of people are watching this equal highs. You have a very good liquidity here as well. So this can be a very solid ABC towards 4,400 bucks, meaning that the long positions probably I'll be aiming to look for anywhere around 3,181 to 3,119, and I will look for stops under 2,900, and ideally the stop should be to 3,045. And you would be aiming to go for the red box, which is going to be around how much percentage? 4%. Sorry, how much percentage? 22%. And then I will be expecting a bigger higher up towards 36%. Still, it's 8R. There are two ways to play this. Let's say if this goes wrong and doesn't play out, if it just probably go one more down like this, the wave count would slightly change. Things will change, guys. It will then form more of a very good, very sharp 3-drive pattern. Very sharp, very sharp 3-drive pattern. It would be at this point like this, meaning that this was wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then wave 5 one more time. So in case if this don't play out, of course I already have limits for the first one or the previous one that I already mentioned. But in case if I sense that BTC already swept the lows, went to 96, 97K, and Ethereum is holding 3,180, 3,119 very nicely, I would cancel that. I'll just simply go market with a stop loss beneath under $3,000, and once it reclaims the 2024 value area high of 376, I will just keep on compounding my long positions. I'll just probably keep compounding my long positions with my stops under this, and even probably stops at break even or entry. I'll be looking for another 3-hour setup. In case if this red box is flipped, I'll just probably do something like this. I'll just go for this green auto block. I know the risk reward will keep on going lower to lower, but overall it's gonna give me more than 12 hour. And remember, I'm just gonna keep on compounding my profits. Of course, it's gonna be more than 12 hour. It's gonna be very much close to 20-25 hour setup. So that's how you can play basically. So just risking 1 hour basically is little. I would say it's worth it, on this Ethereum trade. So I'll just monitor it, and currently this is what I have for ETH. ICB I already mentioned. 5.816 is a very good levels, guys, and it's a daily levels. What do we have there? Yes, we are having a support at 5.137, but at the same time we have a range high as a support here. So practically what I feel is we hold here, we can have our stops under EM at 204.9 and can easily go for 3 to 4 hour setup on ICP. It's a very good setup. If it don't flip, then it will just dump back to the lows the way Say did basically. So we will see. I don't want to give you haywire targets of $15, $20, 25 till we don't flip or break out the trend line. Near, I still have this PO3. We haven't took the liquidity or around 3.4. So this PO3 is still very valid. And if you look at from the perspective of near, we have a value area low around 1.765. Now let's say if this is some sort of a very solid 1-2-1-2 move, or ABC, even let's say this is ABC move, I think near will hold the levels of golden pocket zone to 618 to 786 Fibonacci levels. I mean, near should hold this support. Basically, this support is what near should hold. And how are we going to play it, guys? So there are two ways of playing. Of course, I'm not going to be bidding anything here. No, I'm not that mad or forbidding it. What I will do is let it just probably form some structure like this. Once it reclaims 2.68, that's the whole range value POC. Once we reclaim this POC, we can long here with a very tight stops, and we can ride it till at least 3.57 to $4. And best case would be it can even go for the $5, because we have a huge liquidity around those levels, a very big liquidity that we have. It's a biggest liquidity pool that you have around value area high. And that's where even I'm planning to sell my spot bags for liver that I bought around near, that I bought around $6 or $5.9. So I'll just probably sell those as well. Atom, nothing much. Dash, nothing much to say. SUI is what we should be. A lot of people wants to check SUI. SUI is indeed, I'm very much surprised to see what is happening with the SUI, but the plan is so far playing the way I should have. I'm expecting it already expected it to play out. What you need to understand is over here is that yes, we do have these levels like the all-time highs that we had in 2024 last year. So basically this is your solid support. So if you want this to be support, you need this flip. Still we don't flip, practically no more longs you would take it. If for longs, let it flip 2.18 and then you can long it. Okay, I know that probably you just want, hey, it's like 11% move on an upside. It's not worth it, guys. It's not worth it in my dictionary. Why? Because to just make 11%, I mean, the downside is like, where would I put my stop loss? I mean, practically, ideally, you may put the stop loss here, or you put somewhere around the stop loss. I mean, the risk reward doesn't make sense to me for SUI. So I'm just going to pass it on for now. Talking about gold, very solid gold, golden pocket zone. This is a very clear case of ABC, guys. Very clear A, B, and this is a very solid wave C that we are doing at the moment. Resistance and a very clean 5 waves as well as what I can see. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe one more push possibility is there, but this is exactly, gold is like ABC. So what normally happens after this ABC, guys? Normally we chop around here. We do something like this for gold, and once we start losing 4057, we can expect this liquidity to be grabbed for the gold, and then we again run up like this, accumulate, and gold makes new all-time highs next year going on in December basically. This is what I expect for the gold. Another scenario what you can have for the gold is maybe we can just push till 786, 4274 and form a triangle. We form a triangle and go up. So normally triangle scenario would be this. I mean, this is going to be a solid triangle scenario. So we go up here, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, then run up. This is how the triangle scenario play out normally. This is how it will play out basically. So there are two possibilities we have for the gold, but I'm damn sure at least you're going to be getting a retest of 3,900. I don't see gold going under 3,700. Honestly, even if it goes, it just probably go for like a few hours or so. But it's a very big support, so don't expect much. You should be start accumulating gold from 3,850 till 3,700, and your take profit targets would be anywhere around $5,000. That would be your take profit targets. In case if we go for the triangle, then yes, we will buy. We will accumulate more gold around 3,945. Okay. Silver. Let's check out silver. Silver, same plan that I have alongside what I mentioned for gold. This is clearly B wave in making. So that's your wave A. The bottom was in, and as I mentioned, the B wave target is around 0.14 normally, but now we are going for irregular expanded flat. So practically, the bottom is in $45. We might not be going anything under 45. I feel we will not go. Clearly this was 5 waves, so definitely this is irregular expanded flat. So what it's likely going to do is like this. It makes new all-time highs like this, accumulate, and then go for bigger breakout. Remember Bitcoin in 2019 when it was at all-time highs of $19,800, $20,000, $10,000. What happened at those numbers? What happened? Sorry, my mistake. $19,800, $20,000. Just look at those Bitcoin levels. I'm just gonna check you the daily time frame in 2019. It's a very good accumulation. You can also see a very similar accumulation for basically here. So this was your all-time highs number around here, okay, slightly under, I think. So we went down and then we had a V-shaped recovery, and then we went down again, and then what happened? That boom, we just rocket. We did 3x from there. So a very similar thing silver can do. We just probably make a good support at $47, and from there we just go for 2 to 3x. My target is 74 minimum. You can expect. Of course, my bigger target is around these levels, the support that I have, the bigger fibs on the logarithmic scale that we're talking about. So this is going to be your first target is going to be around $121, and then the next bigger target is going to be around $400. That's the most extended target probably, but the nearest target you can expect around $100 to $120, which is still from these levels. $48 to $120 is 155%, which is something 2026 is going to be very, very wild for silver, I believe. Very wild. Silver is just going to, I don't know, make history probably. So you should have silver, very much. Okay, and also you have a worst case scenario in case everything starts rejecting. Why? Because we are at the 0.886 Fibonacci level resistance, and if silver starts rejecting from here, then we are very lucky. We will probably get $43, $42 like this, and then we go for up. So it depends on what we reject from here, how the B wave would be. It all depends on the B wave. Talking about Litecoin. Litecoin is something, it is looking amazing. We talk about LTC BTC. LTC BTC has flipped 8040 levels, and what I can see is at this point I see a very good 1-2-1-2, or you can even say ABC is also a possibility, but I don't really see ABC because we have already went to the order block here, which is around 886 Fibonacci level. So 1-2-1-2 is a very likelihood, meaning that this is 1, this is 2, this is 1, A, B, C. Wave 2 will go to the support around these levels. From there we go like this. If this is what LTC BTC wants, meaning that LTC USDT perhaps should be doing something like this. If really what LTC BTC wants something like this, then LTC USDT should do something like this. It should go towards $84, $85 or $86. From there it should just go for these swings of 151. It should not go anywhere under or lose the levels of $88. The wick is fine, it can take this liquidity. This would, if it takes the liquidity, I would consider this move as some sort of a bigger ABC in play, meaning of course you can't expect $400, $500, but at least you can expect somewhere around close to golden pocket zone for LTC, which would be around $270. But this is a very clear-cut sign of bigger accumulation. The liquidity is not grabbed under $41, $40. So yes, I still sense that we can have one more downside, but at this point Looking to the LTC BTC chart, I think $86 is a very good levels to hold. We have auto block 87.6 is also very good levels. This should hold. If not, then probably it can just go towards, somewhere around the support of $76. That will be a very good levels to long. Your targets would be around $120 for LTC, and max it can go around 140, 150. I really don't expect LTC to go like making new all-time highs the way ZEC did, but LTC BTC is clearly at the moment looks to me like 1-2, but we will see. I need more data for that. Okay, CRV guys, these levels of 41 cents is the big levels. A very good thing about CRV is very good thing about CRV, the volume is good, but then we have this is like a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's a very 5 waves. If this is what the 5 wave looks like for CRV, then I think that 786 Fibonacci levels should hold. 41 cents is what it should. Even this is the support we have around 44.8 cents. But I think we should go here around 41, 42 cents here, and from there it should hold the support, and we should be looking to take the liquidity around 64, 65 cents. This is what the CRV looks like. Now let's say this is the bottom, even 44 cents is a support. Right now we are at the support. The golden pocket zone liquidity pool is a support. Look at the 1 hour time frame. Yes, we don't have any sort of a bull divergence, honestly speaking. Yeah, we do have it. Yes, we have a bull divergence from here, from these levels. You see there is a hidden bullish divergence, which means that there is a possibility, if we do see the price getting absorbed here, and if it reclaims the levels of 46 cents, you just long it with the stops under 44 cents, very tight stops. If it gets stopped out, and then look for longs around 41 cents with the same risk, so that what happens, you lost 1 hour here, you're gonna make more than 15 hour on this setup, trust me. Okay, and that's what we have, ladies and gentlemen, for CRV. I think CRV is something we should be keeping in mind. Others crypto market cap is doing B wave at the moment. Now C wave is very, very far, guys. In case this is the first wave count that I have. The first path for the bullish is either this, one more down. If this happens, nothing will stop. CRV will dump to 36 cents. Litecoin will just probably go nuts towards, as I mentioned, 76, 70 cents. ICP will just also go nuts and retrace every altcoin is just gonna give up. Ethereum will give up. Others is a very critical levels. Very critical levels for others. So practically speaking, either we hold here, because I see on the lower time frame a very good 5 waves on others, a very clean 5 waves. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very clean 5 waves I see on others crypto market cap, ladies and gentlemen. So what I feel is, if this is 5 waves that we have at this moment, I really don't want to see going under golden pocket zone. Because we do have a lower term time frame, head and shoulder pattern on others. So the golden pocket zone, maybe 786 also would be nice. So ideally, 2 possibilities arises of this case on others. Either we just go towards 205 billion, which is going to be the best zone, and I will be the most happy person. I just simply go big positions on everything. Or either this is the green line. Either we go very much close to GP zone or golden pocket zone, or to 786 liquidity pool, anywhere in between, or exactly 786. So two possibilities I have at the moment. The best is, let's say if this is something else, it's not 5 waves, it's like some sort of a 1, 2, 1, ABC 2, and it don't want to go more than the golden pocket zone. And it just bounces like this and go for a breakout, then we will just long it to this line of $310 billion. That's what we should be doing. So at this moment I have this wave count, but remember, this case is also a possibility. We don't go anywhere under $234 billion, and we can simply run up as well. Okay, We will see. I'll be monitoring it. I'll be updating you as well. Total DeFi is what something you should be watching it. Total DeFi is also had a very good 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which keeps, which literally excites me to my core, because I think that this is ABC, and this is some sort of a wave A, this is wave B, this is wave 1, and we are doing wave 2 at the moment. There's going to be wave 3 like this, 4 and 5, meaning that there is a possibility DeFi go nuts and we just probably sweep the highs and go for 150 to 160 billion dollars, like a 50-60% bump, maybe even more on the DeFi. Something we need to keep eyes on, which means also CRV can't do this. Now, I am not using any Fibonacci levels from the lows, honestly speaking. 18 cents still no, because these are all unusual wicks you have. I'm just going to, of course, wicks are part of the Fibonacci levels. That's what I have been teaching to everyone, and I have been personally using it, but I'm just not going to use this wick. That was a very unusual market maker moment. We have never saw such sort of a dump on everything. So at this moment, I'm not going to use those GP zone of 35 cents. I do have 36 cents support. The red line, as you are watching, it's a very big support. 36 cents is like double top over here, which means that this was at some point, big support. And once it held its support, you saw a major move. So if you really want to go more and more pump, you not need to hold 36 cents. That's the period. That's the ultimate levels for everything. So that's all what I have for today. One more thing, guys, very, very important for each and every one of you. A lot of people do not trade on Bybit, but Bybit is giving a $1,000 giveaway. So I've already mentioned it in my Discord as well as on X, that you just simply have to create a Bybit account using the link which is mentioned in this video description, and you have to deposit a minimum $100 worth of any asset, be it USDT, be it whatever. You might just probably get $30,000 USDT deposit, and the Bybit is going to choose 10 winners in the next probably after 14 days, and they will deposit funds in their account. Okay, $100 each. So that's the giveaway part, and let's wait for the more trades to come. What exactly the market gives. As I mentioned again, I'm telling you guys, either this is A, B, C. If that is the case, we go here. We already have limits set and everything. Or if this is some sort of 1, 2, 1, and if this is A, B, C, which means that we probably should not be going under. Yeah, we should not be going under $100,000. So if that is the case, $100,000 is support held, then definitely what's going to happen is, where are we going to long? We will look for a reclaim of 104.5k. If we reclaim these levels, we will simply go towards 111, 112k. So that will be my next course of action. Just going to play. In case if things changes, structure changes on the lower term time frame, then we will change our plan on the lower term time frame less. But for now, whatever I've shared since the beginning on this stream, every plan remains same. Okay, that's all, guys. Have a nice night. Bye bye. Take care.